You know what? It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of resilience. It takes bravery for you to set a boundary and see it through. Okay? And if you don't believe me, ask somebody who has boundaries set for themselves that they actually put in place and they stand behind. All right? Because what's interesting is that a lot of people will set boundaries without thought to how they'll be received. And in my own lived experience, it's often the people that are the closest to you that are going to resist and push back to the boundaries that you set because they're accustomed to you doing things a particular way for a very long time. And a lot of times when you set boundaries, it protects you, okay, and it gives you comfort and peace. And it is absolutely self care, self love. Because it's you saying, you know what, no, I'm not just going to let people do whatever they want to do to me. I'm not just going to fall for whatever. I have parameters that I've set forth for myself, and I expect others to fall in line as well. And no, your boundaries don't have to be so rigid that no one can understand them, that there is no flexibility anywhere, because there's always room for growth and change and evolution, right? You could set a boundary today that may stay with you for years, and then you may realize that, you know what, I don't feel that way anymore. I don't live by those same ideologies. I don't, walk in that path anymore. And so this is how I feel now. But you should applaud yourself for choosing you and for, in essence, in choosing yourself, positioning yourself to attract people who are going to respect your boundaries and respect that just because you guys are aligned in whatever partnership you may have, it doesn't mean that you're not very much different, okay? When you can learn to truly respect differences, you can learn for real, how to respect other people's boundaries. Think about it. Say you're one of those type of people who, when you have visitors come into your home, even when you come into your home, you take your shoes off at the door, right? And say you don't have a lot of company, but then you start allowing friends, family, etc. to come over, and you ask them politely if they'll remove their shoes at the door. And instead of honoring what it is that you set forth as a boundary, they push back. Well, I don't want to take my shoes off. I don't want to get my socks dirty. I don't. Okay. I always like to think that we communicate to understand, right? And if you're interested in understanding, sometimes it's not just about accepting what a person says, it's about asking questions. It's about analyzing and thinking from perhaps even a different perspective or purview than you have always envisioned a thing. So maybe there's something about the fact that the shoes that you're wearing, they have been 95 million different places. They have collected 29 trillion germs, bacteria, and all other kinds of shit, right? And this person just wants to keep as sterile as possible a place where they can walk and feel free at home. And they want you to be a part of that as well. And maybe instead of pushing back, you ask the questions. You make the suggestions. You say, well, okay, well, hey, have you ever thought about getting some of those like those socks that they wear at the hospital, that you can wear on the ground and, you know, or have you thought about putting or grabbing some of the, I forget what they're called, the things that you put at the bottom of your shoe, like when you're walking in a hospital or what have you. Have you ever thought about getting those? See, because when you're committed to understanding a thing, you're committed to understanding it. Your first inclination is not to resist or defend your own viewpoint, but to understand where the person on the other side of the table is coming from. Boundaries are put forth because people want to have some sense of control, self-control or otherwise, in how they navigate this world. What did I say? If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. I applaud the folks, especially those of you who are listening to this message, who take the time to think about themselves and they understand how aware of themselves that they are, that they're able to communicate what those things and parameters and boundaries are to others. That's a big fucking deal. Especially in a world where folks can be so passive aggressive and smile in your face and talk shit about you behind your back. To hold yourself, to stand 10 toes down, that's huge. And you should feel good. As I'm walking personally into this spacing where I'm no longer afraid to set boundaries, I see how it makes me the villain. I'm automatically wrong because I was willing to be, and I set confidently in the things that I knew I wasn't going to allow any further. So now I'm this, that, and the other. And frankly, I don't care. Because you know what I have that maybe those people don't? Peace of mind. Peace of freaking mind. And that's important to me. Because when I have peace of mind, I can think creatively. I can grow and evolve into my highest self. And I can create in a way that, and co-create in a way that I can keep myself and my larger community in mind. A person setting boundaries isn't necessarily about you. It's about them. And when you think about another person's boundary, when you're struggling with that, think about the boundaries that you have set for yourself. Maybe part of the issue is that you've never set a boundary for yourself. And it's time. Self-love ain't what Hallmark would like to have you believe it is. Shout out to Hallmark, though, although they do kind of, on the surface, set a tone. But it's not exactly what they sell it to you as. Self-love and self-care ain't about going to no goddamn spa all the time. Although going to the spa can very well be a matter of self-care and self-love. But sometimes it's the hard shit. It's talking when it hurts. It's having the conversation while you're shaking, while your heart is beating fast as fuck because you don't want to have it, but it has to be had. I know because I'm walking in these experiences myself. You deserve that because the more you do it, the more you exercise what it is that you want for yourself, it gets easier. And you realize that you don't have to over-explain. You don't have to oversell what it is that you're trying to implore, especially when you get around the people who actually want to understand you. A lot of people are stuck in their ways because they don't want to do the work. And they're going to be stuck in their ways for a very long time. Because comfort is an illusion that they bought into. But don't let that be you. Don't let that be you. You deserve better. Set your boundaries. You can keep them flexible, but set your boundaries and know what you will and will not tolerate. Set your intentions and stick with them. See them through. Manifest them. It all comes together for the good of you. Mwah. Love you guys.